The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Davante Adams' agents have issued a statement in regards to all the rumors of Davante being traded to the Jets. Brandon Aiyuk has officially requested a trade. We'll talk about how both players impact the Jets. Will the Jets acquire either player? That and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super Chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. Before we get started and we read you the statement from Davante Adams' agent, which just dropped on Adam Schefter's Twitter account, let's give some love. The earliest I've ever seen anyone gift a membership. I made the show live for people to join, and the big fella immediately dropped a 5 spot before the show even began. Salute to you, big fella.
Money, 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 money.
And so, if you hear your name called, you're a channel member. Hank G, Effin' Jet for Life, Kakuka Lake Jet Fan, J Sid, Adam is too cool. You are all officially channel members. We need another 50 for our next emoji. So hopefully we get that over the next couple of days. What should our next channel emoji be? I think it should be the Asmaniac emoji, but we will leave that up to the people to decide. All right, let's hear, not really hear, but I will read you. So I guess you guys were kind of here from Davante's agents. This was the statement that they sent to Adam Schefter for Shefty to tweet. Statement from agents Kenny Chapman and Frank Bauer regarding recent trade talks surrounding their client. Quote, this is baseless, unfounded speculation, and Davante is expected to be with the Raiders, as there has been absolutely no trade talk, period. This does not mean that Davante Adams is not being traded. Let's start there. This statement simply calms it down, ... for now. This doesn't change the fact that my opinion this entire time since Rodgers opened the door with these comments last week.
What's up? Do you think Luke Getsy's going to utilize Davante Adams good in the new Raiders offense?
I love Luke Getsy. He's a fantastic coach.
Awesome.
And I love Davante. I can't wait to play with him again.
Great. Love to hear it.
Yeah.
Again, ... The Rodgers comments opened the door for all this after Davante had said the previous day on Kay Adams' program that Rodgers has been recruiting him. The statement just simply says they're not trading him now. It doesn't say they're not eventually trading him if they fall out of it. What Davante's agent is trying to do here is simply calm down the discourse before the Raiders report to camp. Try and make it less of a potential distraction. That's all it is. He's not being traded this month. I would be flabbergasted. I have said from the beginning that if Davante is traded, do I think he'll be a Jet? I do, but he would have to get traded first. And the Raiders are not giving up on their season, which is what trading Davante Adams would basically be signifying to the rest of your team. They're not giving up on their season and trading their best offensive weapon in July. This team won 8 games last year. This team won more games than the Jets did. They beat the Jets head-to-head. And we could sit here and say it was Zach Wilson. Believe me, I know. I was there. All right? But still, The guys on the team are going to be like, you can't trade him to the Jets. We were better than the Jets last year. How are we giving up on the year? They're going to go into it thinking, we got a chance to win. Why not? Texans last year, no one gave them a shot. Look what they did. Every year, there's a team that makes the playoffs that didn't make it the year before. Multiple teams. So they're going to look at it from that perspective. They're going to look at it like, we're going to go into the year thinking we could be good. What happens is, if they're bad, then the speculation is legit because he is going to be unhappy. He knows he's not going to be on the Raiders next year if they're bad this year. They're going to be drafting a quarterback. He's not going to stick around to play with a rookie. None of his money after this year is guaranteed. It's a $40 million cap hit next year. They're not going to carry that cap hit for an age 32 wide receiver. So then they could trade him, and they would save a lot of money off their cap. Go read the article that Ripka Board wrote on Jets X Factor today if you want the specific details of the cap savings. Point is, Davante's available if they're out of it. Not until then. The agent putting out the statement like he did, or his agents, is to basically calm down the discourse because you have people like Boomer Esiason speculating on it now. You have people on ESPN every morning now talking about this. Dan Orlovsky's predicting it now. It's all speculation. See, the one word in this statement that I think is accurate is unfounded speculation. That's two words, but the word speculation is the word I'm talking about. There hasn't been a concrete report that the Jets are in trade talks for Davante. Which reporters reporting the Jets and Raiders have had discussions? Which credible reporter? You can't find one because it hasn't happened. That doesn't mean it won't happen, but it hasn't happened. Davante Adams is not going to be a Jet in July, and I doubt he's a Jet in August. If he's a Jet, look at the trade deadline after the Raiders play their first 10 games, and they're sitting there with a losing record, an unhappy wide receiver, and then Davante would ask out. He would not probably even need to ask out. They know he'd want to go somewhere, and they would trade him. And if the Jets need a receiver, they'd be at the front of the list. Because I think Davante would rework his contract to help the trade be facilitated because he wants the chance to play with Aaron Rodgers. We understand that. I think if it was up to him and he could press a button, I think he would check that button right away. He'd smash that button like I ask you guys to smash the like button. And he'd be a Jet. But he knows going into at least the season, he's a Raider, which is why he asked his agents to put out that statement because he doesn't want to be asked a million questions about trade speculation when in his mind, he knows he's at least a Raider for the start of the year. He vouched for Antonio Pierce to be the coach. They hired him. They were 5-4 with him last year after he took over. They're going to go into the year thinking, we got a chance. Maybe Aiden O'Connell's a lot better than any of us realize going into another year in the league. Right? We don't know. So I still think if he's traded, he's a Jet, but we got to see how it plays out because we don't know if he's going to be traded. We don't know. But at the end of the day, if he is traded, I think the Jets will be at the front of the line. That then brings us to the next topic. Earlier today, Brandon Aiyuk, who desperately wants a new deal in San Fran, he requested a trade. He wants a new contract. We all understand that. Just because he requested a trade doesn't mean he is going to be traded. If you're a Jet fan, here's what you should be rooting for. He is disgruntled and doesn't show up to training camp, and when he does, he remains disgruntled. Or they flat out trade him because we know the Jets play the Niners week 1. That's what you hope for. Now, the Niners are prepared for Aiyuk to do this because they drafted a receiver with their first-round pick. So would they move Aiyuk? I mean, if they're all in to win a championship, wouldn't it make sense to try and keep him for at least this year? How far would Aiyuk push this? He didn't show up to any of the OTAs, any of the mini camps. They're far away on a new deal based on the reports out there today. I think if you're a Jet fan, you're rooting for him to be either traded or just a complete malcontent if he stages a hold in. Basically means he shows up to not get fined, but then says he's got a back injury and can't do anything. We see that in sports now all the time. Speaking of which, Hassan Reddick with a hold in is another strategy he could deploy. We'll see. But as far as Aiyuk goes, I know Jet fans are going to say, go get Aiyuk. I'll tell you what's different between Aiyuk and Davante Adams. Cost and contract. The trade cost for Aiyuk will significantly be more than Davante Adams. Why? Brandon Aiyuk's 26. He's never been paid before. Davante Adams is 31. He's probably willing to play for less, you would think, to play with Aaron Rodgers. Start there. Then, once you acquire the guy, you got to pay him. That contract would outstretch the contract the Jets would give Davante in a rework deal. So it will cost more in draft capital. It will cost more financially. And if you're the Jets, you got to pay Garrett Wilson. You got to pay Breece Hall. You got to pay Jermaine Johnson. You got to pay AVT if he stays healthy, has a really good year. You got a lot of guys up for new deals coming up. Davante, in a 2-year silo, fits the Aaron Rodgers timeline. Whereas if you pay Aiyuk, he's going to try and reset the market. And then what about Garrett Wilson? Can you afford 2 $30 million wide receivers on your team or close to it? Because that's where the money's headed. Look at the deal Jalen Waddle just signs. Next guy up, Garrett Wilson's going to get more, and Aiyuk is going to be trying to target the $30 million a year number. That's just type of production he's put up. So I don't think it fits. So I think if you're a Jet fan, root for this. He's traded to a different team, or he's disgruntled and actually would miss week 1 like Chris Jones did with the Chiefs last year before reporting. That's what I hope we see. Because if that happens, that's huge for the Jets to not have to deal with Aiyuk week 1. Or he's just traded and you definitely don't have to deal with him. Either way, that's what I think we're rooting for. But out of the 2 players that Jet fans are clamoring for, the only one I actually think is realistic is Davante. I do not think the New York Jets are going to swim in the Brandon Aiyuk waters. I don't see it. It would take a first and then some. Whereas Davante, if he's dealt, I think you could get him for a second and a third. Maybe a conditional third that could become a second and a fourth. That's the difference. Now, I'll tell you what. You hope Aiyuk's not traded to the Bills, who could use a number 1 receiver. That's the one caveat here. If he's going to get traded, he'll go to the Commanders to get reunited with his college quarterback in Jaden Daniels. If he's going to get traded, go to a team that is not a direct competitor of the Jets. That's the one thing with Aiyuk I'd bring up. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. We got a lot to get into on the show. Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is open, and we will take your calls on that coming up shortly. Of course, I want to remind everybody that we are launching a merch store, and if you're a Patreon subscriber, you're going to get first crack at all the gear and a discounted code to use when the merch store launches. How about the snapback we're going to have in the merch store? Over the next couple of days, I'll start teasing more and more items we have in the store. But this snapback is going to be awesome. That and Asmaniac gear are going to be the first things we launch. Jake Asman Show and then Asmaniac line gear as well. But if you're interested in more, Patreon and Discord users are going to get all the information before anyone. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. For less than a cup of coffee a month, you could support me, get on the Discord, get your name in the intro, get the show in audio form, get a discount code for the merch store, bonus shows not on YouTube, and a whole lot more. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Support me there, as it really helps keep the show rolling. All right, super chats here. Here we go. First up is here from the memes, who says, not going to lie, I think his agent put out the statement because of all this trade talk for literally a whole year could cause tampering speculations. BA greater than DA. Here is why his agent put it out there. Camp for the Raiders starts next week. Davante doesn't want to be asked about this all the time. He could say, it's not coming from me. My agent made a statement. That's all I'm going to say about it. Because really, if you think about it, where did this all start? Davante, in an interview on Kay Adams' show, said Rodgers has been in his ear recruiting him. And at the end of that, he said, but he knows I'm a Raider. Then Rodgers, I think trolling a little bit, says, I can't wait to play with him, ... again. And then you have Breece being asked about it, Garrett being asked about it, Boomer Esiason, who's got a big platform, speculating it would get done in August. That's not based on information. That's just speculation. Dan Orlovsky predicting it's going to happen. It's not based on any actual concrete evidence other than you're connecting the dots. You think he wants to play with Aaron Rodgers, which he does, and you're going to think the Raiders are going to suck and he's going to ask out, which is not implausible for that to happen. That's all it is, though. It's not based on anything else. There's no report the Jets have even called the Raiders this summer. So it's not based on anything. It's not based in reality, these rumors. That's why his agent shot it down. Jets West checks in. The Raiders' schedule to start the season include matchups against the Chargers, Ravens, Browns, Chiefs, Steelers, Rams, and Bengals. I think they're 3-6 at the trade deadline. Look at their final 3 games before the deadline. Rams, Chiefs, Bengals. They could start 3-3 and be 3-6 that quickly. It is a tough schedule. There's a reason why in their first 10 games, they're underdogs in 8 of them. Horton says the clip of Davante raging on Netflix show also inflamed the rumors. Correct, but that was last year with Jimmy G throwing to him, and that was before Josh McDaniels got fired, and they replaced him with a guy that he wanted to play for in Antonio Pierce. That was before all that. So it's not based on any new information other than he was unhappy last year. We know that the Raiders might be bad. The Jets are all in, and he'd love to play with Rodgers. It's also based on the fact, not new information, he didn't sign up to play for the Raiders because he wanted to leave Green Bay to go to Vegas. He wanted to play with Derek Carr and get paid. Green Bay wasn't going to pay him. Vegas did, and he got to play with his college quarterback for a year. That ended. He didn't sign up to be a Raider. That's the other thing. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Gusbuster hotline's open for anyone who wants to call in and be a part of today's show. Jet fans, your thoughts on Davante Adams, Brandon Aiyuk, all that. Hater says, I feel you, bro. Too soon to count the Raiders out yet, but in all honesty, if the Raiders are better than 3-6 before the trade deadline, I'd be surprised. Yeah. I mean, their schedule's tough. I don't think they're a great team. I think they beat up on some bad teams last year, including the Jets and Giants. Anyone who watched that Jet game, and many of us paid thousands of dollars to travel out and be there for it, knew how much better the Jets were that night if they just got decent quarterback play. Or CJ Uzomah wasn't assaulting Max Crosby on the Breece Hall touchdown run. They should have smoked him that night. Disgusting leaving that building. Ugh. John writes in, someone suggested Aiyuk to the Raiders, Adams to the Jets, draft capital to San Fran. I mean, what type of draft capital, though? They're all in to win this year. Boomtown writes in, if you were a season ticket holder of the Raiders and the team traded Adams prior to the season, you'd lose your mind and it would be a huge PR nightmare for the team. Yeah, you can't hire Antonio Pierce, finish the year 5-4 with him as your coach, and then trade away your best player before the season even starts. It doesn't fit. It doesn't match up. So I don't buy it. Now, if the Jets made a Jamal Adams-like offer to the Raiders, maybe they changed their mind. Right? They said, hey, here's 2 1s, which they're not going to do. So that's what's happening here. Let's see. Comments, questions, super chats will, in fact, cut the line as they always do on this program. Let's see. Huge Johnson. What a name. PR reasons. Yeah, PR reasons. That's why he's putting out this statement through his agent. Once again, I promise you, if Davante Adams could press a button and be a Jet right now, I think he'd do it. I think he'd do it in a second. I don't think he's going to do it, though. Because guess what? That button doesn't exist. It's not up to him. Oscar the Grouch says, Jake, we need to go out for lunch one day. You're a nice guy, and I want to pick your brain. I'm sorry, Oscar. I don't go out to lunch with animals. Big fan of your work on Sesame Street, though. Here for the meme says, I'm so ready to never watch a 50-yard offensive total game ever again. Dear God. Yeah, the Jets will have quarters this year where they score more than they did in like 3 games combined offensively. Jets West. Don't mind me. Just deciding which color my Davante Adams jersey will be. What number is he wearing with the Jets, Jets West? Corley's got 17 now. What number? David writes in, if Las Vegas gives San Fran a first, Jets give San Fran a second, does that get the three-way trade off the ground? Why would the Raiders make that move, though? Right, because then they got to pay Aiyuk. It doesn't fit. Genergy, when's training camp? Training camp report date is 1 week from today. First on the field practice, 1 week from tomorrow. So we're almost there, folks. Nick says, does this news help us for week 1? Yeah, if he doesn't play week 1, sure, or he's traded. I'm assuming you're talking about Aiyuk. Purple Belt Mike, the Jets offense was offensive last year. It was a disgrace. I mean, it was putrid. And we've seen bad Jet teams before, but usually the whole team sucks. What's been so frustrating these last 2 years is that collectively they've had a championship level defense and they have wasted it. We couldn't even sneak in and just be a playoff team to end the playoff drought and then know we needed a quarterback, which they could have done last year if Joe Douglas wasn't sleeping all offseason after the Rodgers deal and actually got a real backup. But I digress. We all know what happened. We're moving forward. Here for the meme says, Adams wore 15 in college. That number is more than available, I'm pretty sure. Now the Jets retired that number, memes. Tim Tebow. Josh McCown. Wasn't Chris Strebler 15 as well? Yeah, I think 15 is available off the top of my head. Alex Levine says, NFL put Jet season preview today with the rest of the division. They predict the floor is 9-8, ceiling's 13-4. That's fair. I mean, they won 7 the last 2 years. I would expect with this collection of quarterbacks between Aaron and Tyrod, they should be able to at least win 2 more games. Clancy writes in, hopefully Judge gets to face Skeens in the first inning. I wish they were hitting him third so he'd get a guaranteed at bat. The fact that they're hitting him fourth means he might not if Skeens goes 1, 2, 3. We'll say I'm excited for the All-Star game. It's the one All-Star game in sports that's still a real game. The NBA All-Star game's a joke. NHL is irrelevant. It's not a real game. And the Pro Bowl doesn't even exist. It's become a fake flag football game. It's a joke. John LG cuts the line. Super chat, baby. Number 17, check the Jet site. The roster does not have number 17, maybe because Corley is not yet signed. He's not listed. That's exactly why. If you go to Our Lads, you'll see he's listed, like any or ESPN.com. But the official site probably won't have it. Here for the meme says, how crazy is it? Skeens an all-star the year he was drafted. I mean, it's insane. He's the most hyped pitching prospect since Steven Strasburg. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Because that's the thing you worry about with pitchers. But Skeens is amazing. It's unbelievable what he's done. And baseball got it right, letting him start, too. He deserves it. That's good for the sport. The big fella with a super chat. Let's go, big fella. So, God forbid Rodgers goes down. How do you feel about Nate Hackett working with Tyrod? As we have said, Rodgers is the offense. I feel better than I did last year with Hackett working with any of the quarterbacks they tried. That said, big fella, it's going to be a drop-off, and there is concern. But I think you could survive 2 or 3 games. I don't think you could survive 8 or 9 and be a playoff team, right? If Aaron can't play all 17 games, hopefully, it's a sprained ankle, shoulder, and he's fine after 2 or 3 games. Like Matt Stafford played 15 games last year. I think it's time for that right now. It's Snoopy. Super chat. Cuts the line. Been an Asmaniac for 5 months. Here go Jake again. Campaigning for the Jets to sell off our future. Just kidding. I'm excited for the season. Go Jets. Well, I can tell you just tuned in because that's not what I've been saying. I'm the one telling you they're not going to trade for Aiyuk. I'm the one telling you they're not trading for Davante until at least the deadline. So that's actually not true, but you should be excited for the season. I know I am. Rob writes in, thanks for making work wonderful, Jake. The Jet content and other content keeps me alive during the footballless summer. Well, thank you, Rob. You could tell anyone who's watching the show is a diehard Jet fan. Because why else would you be watching Jet content in July? But next week, you'll see a lot of people return to the show that have been gone for months. And oh, baby, are they in for quite the treat when they see some of the things that goes on this show. Crypto Mike with a super chat. He cuts the line. If we land Davante, we will have the top wide receiver room in the league. If healthy, I would agree. Davante, Garrett Wilson, and Mike Williams would be the best 3 receivers in football. I would take that over Hill, Waddle, and OBJ, who I think is kind of cooked. I think I would take that over Chase Higgins. Who's the Bengals 3 now that they lost? What's his name in free agency? Boyd. Yeah, I'd put it right there. I would take the Jets receiver room over the Texans of Diggs, Collins, Tank, although it's close. I mean, it'd be right there. Sarah says, hell yeah, I'm a diehard Jet fan. Hit the 4% female emoji for Sarah. She's a real Jet fan now in Australia. All right, let's get to some calls now. Opening it up. Comments, questions, super chats. We've added 5 channel members so far. Need about another 50 or so for the Asmaniac logo to be officially added. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in live, supporting our show, and everyone who's watching after the fact as well. Gusbuster Hotline. It's open. Let's go.
If you go to gusbuster.com, you could purchase the best umbrella in the universe. And you could use the promo code Jake, so you'll get 15% off on any of your umbrellas.
Radical Bongos is first up.
Hey, Jake, can you hear me?
Oh, we hear you.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, yesterday I tried calling in and my phone just died right when I did. It was embarrassing. But yeah, I just want to say all this Davante stuff. I'm happy either way. Like, if we get him, that's amazing. But right now, I still feel like we have a real strong team to go far into the playoffs, if not the Super Bowl, because that's where I'm setting the bar. Like, literally, like this, I'm setting the bar at Super Bowl. Call me delusional, but I don't care, man. It's about time. But I just want to also talk some smack about the Jaguars. I picked the Jaguars to be my dead kill this week. Just want to talk about Trevor Lawrence hasn't really made that step into being the quarterback that he was poised to be. This guy, I had him on my fantasy team, and so I saw a lot of him. And he was just basic stuff. He just can't make. And getting Mac Jones in there once again, just like the Steelers, like you're 2 quarterbacks, no quarterback. So let's see how that joke.
Yeah, but they just paid him. But it's not the same situation. Like Trevor Lawrence is their guy. I mean, they were 8-3 before he suffered the injury. Then his play diminished. He's won a playoff game. Has he been what they said he'd be? No. Like if Trevor Lawrence was a Jet and he put up his production so far through the first 3 years, we'd say he's good, but has he been great? And we probably would be, big defenders of him. We'd point to the situation he's in. You throw out his first year, he had the worst situation in the league.
Oh yeah, with the coaching
there. But God, he's been okay. He's been good. He's had moments. I don't think he has been generational like they said he was. I mean, he's you hope by them paying him, they're banking on him being a lot better than what he's been.
Yeah, right. And that's a big
I hope he stinks personally, but I know what the Jaguar fan is hoping for.
Exactly. Yep, Jake. And I'm excited for training camp coming in, and the train just keeps rolling. The jet keeps flying, whatever you want to say. But Jets, Jets, Jake.
Radical, appreciate you, man. He's become quite the regular. Radical Bongos. We picked him up over the last couple months. Love that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have on hold right now what I'd like to call Murderer's Row of callers. Chiefs fan, Charles Gorman, and Bobby Midnight. We will address each of them one by one, because anytime you have these 3 loose cannons, you never know where the show is going to go. So who should I bring on first? Midnight, Gorman, or Cheats fan? These are the options, people. We are a democracy on this show. I will let the people decide. But I don't feel like typing out a poll, so I'm just going to do a loose interpretation of democracy based on the comments here. Midnight, Gorman, Cheats fan. Who are we bringing on first? Each one of these astute callers has their own emoji. So whichever emoji I see the most of, that's how I'm determining which one is coming on the program. That is how we will decide. And no, the answer can't be all of them. No one man should have all that power. John Lover says, I'm convinced this is our year. Jets, Jets, Jets. I love it, John Lover. Ladies and gentlemen, my initial interpretation of the chat is calling for Charles Eugene M. Gorman, who's first up in our trio of legends on hold. Hello, Charles.
Hey, Jake, how are you?
Charles, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I've been playing Madden 12 these past couple of days.
Peyton Hillis. Wow, throwback.
Yeah, I still can't get over how he made on the cover.
You're not playing NCAA college football like everyone else?
Nah, I mostly stick with the Maddens.
All right.
I will get the next one. I do have Madden 24. I will get the new Madden 25. It's coming out August 16th if my memory serves me correctly.
That sounds right.
Can't wait for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I like Brandon Aiyuk, but I didn't like how he badmouthed Sauce Gardner after Sauce Gardner voiced his opinion.
That wasn't him.
Was it Debo?
No, that was one of their DBs.
Oh, wow. What a nice guy. For some reason, I thought it was Aiyuk. Never mind.
Wasn't like Travarius Ward is the guy's name on the Niners?
Oh, my God. He used to play for the Chiefs.
I think it was him. I have to check that. But, yeah, it was not Aiyuk who badmouthed Sauce.
But, Brandon Aiyuk is basically what Malachi Corley is, was in college. The Yak King guy that break tackles and stuff.
That's more.
No,
Debo,
I'm sorry.
no?
He was compared to Debo Samuel. My apologies.
Yeah.
Brandon Aiyuk's a good receiver, but I know he just requested a trade. But look, I love Devon, and we could probably get Davante by the trade deadline, but I don't think we should get him right now. Because the Raiders, I'm not. Look, do I think the Raiders are in good hands with Antonio Pierce? Absolutely. I think he'll be a fine coach if he obviously continues where he left off last year. But the Raiders, they need a lot because, the Raiders, obviously they don't have the level of players that the Chiefs have. They don't have the talented players that the Chargers have, even though they're kind of rebuilding under Jim Harbaugh. And the Broncos, they're rebuilding too under Sean Payton. So we'll see what the hell happens, But I just really can't wait for this upcoming season. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers plays most of the season, if not the entirety of the season. If our offensive line becomes what it was, not only in 2015, but in 2009 and 2010, where we went to 2 straight AFC Championship game appearances.
Do you remember those years, Charles?
Yeah, I was in high school, and it was one of the happiest moments of my life. It was the happiest moments of my life being a Jets fan. The happiest moment was when we embarrassed the Patriots. Yes, I know it was a touchdown, but from a game point, from a physical standpoint, we embarrassed them. Sean Ellis, who was a good player, had the game of his life, absolutely destroyed the offensive line of the Patriots. Mark Sanchez does not commit a single turnover, throws 3 touchdown passes.
Yep.
Brandon Edwards dragged 2 Patriot defenders into the end zone. Santonio Holmes makes a Super Bowl 43-like catch. What else can I say? It was arguably, in my opinion, and I know I got criticized for saying this, it was arguably the second biggest win in franchise history because we beat a team that will go on for 20 years of dominance.
I think you could argue it. Now, you're missing one key thing that happened in that game.
Oh, yeah, David Harris interception.
It happened after the game.
Oh, yeah, Brandon Edwards flipped.
It happened after the game.
Pre-game speech? No, not the pre.
He's a coworker of mine. That's your hint.
Oh, Bart Scott.
To all the non-believers. To all the non-believers. Anybody can be beat. We're pissed off. People gave us no chance, like we barely made it in playoffs. We're a good football team. For all you non-believers, disrespect us, talk crap about the defense like we ain't the third best defense in the league. All we hear is about their defense. They can't stop a nosebleed. 25th in the league, and we the one to get disrespected.
Congratulations. See you in Pittsburgh.
Can't wait.
Can't wait, Charles Gorman. Come on, man. That should be the first thing that comes to your mind.
I was thinking of the pregame speech. I was thinking of the Brandon Edwards doing a backflip. I was thinking of and to me, I know people are gonna give me a lot of shit for this. Excuse my language, folks, to all the little boys and girls out there that are listening to this chant, listening to the show. I think LaDainian, as good as, even though he was far from embarrassing with us, LaDainian Tomlinson, his greatest moment was that pregame speech. They say we can't be done. They say we had no chance. Hey, let me tell you something. Any man can be beaten on any day. And we wind up beating the Patriots.
That was a good rendition.
I mean, LaDainian Tomlinson was known for being a good motivational speaker with the Chargers.
Yeah, he was
a good leader.
That speech gives me chills. Honestly, your rendition of it right there, your reenactment of it, I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, that was the happiest I felt as a Jet fan because we had a good freaking team. Not a great team, but a good team. And I know this team on paper, we have more talent than we did back in those days. But as I said before, we need the players to step up. We need the coaches to step up. And look, man, I'm tired of losing to the Patriots, tired of losing to the Dolphins, tired of being near dead last in the division. It's time to make the damn playoffs. I understand people want to say, we're going to the Super Bowl. Let's make the damn playoffs first, man. That should be the number one priority.
Give the 2024 Jets a speech, a pump-up speech. Camp is 1 week from today. What's your message to the 53 guys and the coaching staff for this team?
Don't be afraid to be great. I remember Darrelle Revis said that when they played the Bengals the last week of the 2009 season. Don't be afraid to be great today. Don't be afraid to be great. Let's go out there and stop these boys. That's what I would tell them. If you're afraid to be great, you don't belong on the field. Plain and simple.
Do you smell that, Charles?
No. Smell what?
Was not expecting that. I was going to say I smell a Lombardi trophy, but now I might smell your stench. I don't know.
Oh, my God. Why the hell did I do that? I have no freaking idea. I'm sorry about that, folks. Embarrassing moment for me. But no, I want to smell playoffs. Then I'll think of Lombardi trophy.
Why would you smell yourself?
I said I want to smell the playoffs. Then
right, but before that, I asked you, do you smell that? And then you smelled yourself as if we're in the same room.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, probably thought you and I were in the same. I don't know, Jake. My mind's going a little crazy right now.
Charles, I think I speak on behalf of everyone watching. We made the right choice going to you first.
I appreciate that, Jake. Anyways, take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too, Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Gorman. That was phenomenal. Wow. Charles, use some Mando deodorant, all right? I got you. Promo code Jake Asman. Shopmando.com. We'll take good care of you. It's actually promo code Asman. I think Jake Asman works too, but to make it easy for you, promo code Asman. All right, there you go. How bad does Charles smell? I was smelling a Lombardi trophy. That's what I was smelling. What a call. What a call. That was tremendous. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. It was such a good call. I didn't even bother Charles asking for the recipe today. But I will say, Charles, if you are watching, Aurora is one of our great listeners, member of the 4%. She's been dealing with an illness, and she did right during your call. Charles, I seriously need your chicken soup recipe since I'm sick. So just letting you know. You do the right thing. Jack Talks Jets says, I still don't trust this O-line 100%. I'm still traumatized from last year. Look, the way I would describe the O-line is this. if healthy, they should be one of the better units in the league. I think last year we were saying if healthy, they should at least be average to above average, which I still think if everyone was healthy, they could have been. Because people forget Dwayne Brown, his first year with the Jets, was competent playing through that shoulder injury. And then last year, he was cooked. Right? AVT is really good. Tippmann, I think, if he had started, would have been competent if the rest of the line was competent. The problem was he had too many injuries, and that was that. This O-line is better equipped to handle some injuries, and they're just better. They're just better talent. I mean, they're going to start 4 guys in week 1. They didn't start last year. They're just better, right? So, yeah, you could be traumatized about the O-line injuries. I get it. I'm going to be traumatized anytime Aaron Rodgers drops back and there's a defender that gets near him. I'm going to freak out. But you got to look at it from that perspective. Mike D's Nuts checks in. Charles, best call ever. Got to give props when due. Wow, how about that from Mike D's Nuts? Ladies and gentlemen, anytime Mike D's Nuts gives some membership, you guys know what normally plays. Well, we're going to add something else to the rotation. D's Nuts. One more time for Mike D's Nuts. D's Nuts. How about Hard Knocks last summer? Nathaniel Hackett, D's nutting Aaron Rodgers. There you have it. AJ Johnson. Hit the like button. He's an Asmaniac for 10 months.
Free stuff.
Love it. Love it. All right. You guys know we got 2 other legends on the line right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on the Cheats fan. Hello, Cheats fan.
Yo, that was a good call from Charles. I just want to time skip to the NFL season, man. Like, can we just time skip real fast? Like, we need preseason football is all cool and all, but like, I just want regular season football really bad.
I do as well. But I'll tell you what, I will gladly take training camp football with some of the topics I've had to discuss on this show the last month.
True, but I have a feeling they're going to probably still raw dog Rodgers. Oh, he made it. He threw 1 interception today by accident.
Did you say raw dog Rodgers?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It's not appropriate, meaning they're going to ride him until... Like,
on behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
Like, I can be honest with you. Rodgers can have a 5-touchdown game with a 3 interception at the same time, and they're still going to be like, oh, look at those 3 interceptions. Because they don't like the man because of his political opinion.
I'll tell you what, if he throws 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions and they win, sign me up.
Yeah. But, like, I'm looking at your schedule right now, and I see you guys easily starting at least 5-1. The only loss I might say is opening week. And then from there, Titans easy victory, Patriots easy victory, Broncos easy victory, Vikings easy victory, stomp the Bills, stomp a mud hole in the Bills when you're at your home stadium, so you can mess with Bills fans at the same time. I see you guys at least starting 5-1. Steelers defense, you never know how that's going to end up because they've hunted you guys in the past.
Chiefs fan, let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Any update on the job pursuit from this morning?
Not really. The only update today is Instacart messed up my order, but they refunded me the difference and they gave me a $6 order. But in the long run, it was an okay mess up because I got a fudge brownie ice cream and then I got a coffee ice cream.
Very nice. So you're going to be going to town on ice cream, it sounds like.
I shouldn't be, even though I'm supposed to be losing weight, but like I just need something sugary to get me through the day to get up through this COVID.
Yeah,
it's draining.
The COVID's still wearing you down, huh?
A little bit. Like at this point, I'd rather have it during the wintertime because sleeping there a lot during the summertime. All it takes is that heat to hit you. You wake up, go use the restroom, and then you look at your alarm clock, and then your AC unit doesn't turn on like it did today. and I slept 12 hours.
Wow.
I went to bed early, turned my AC unit up because it was like in the 60s, slept 12 hours, and got up around. I went to bed real early last night, like 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock you went to bed, huh?
It was, well, when you have COVID, you can get a migraine real bad.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Cheats fan. When you do recover, sources have told me you're going back to washing the dishes at Denny's. Is this true?
Maybe. There's always that lumber thing. I want to be in a place where I can like lose some weight, but the only reason why I wasn't able to lose that much weight at the mowing yard, he was soft on us. He would be like, "Oh, it's like 96 degrees heat index." Most companies are still out working in 93 degrees heat index. Like my friend's company, who mows, like before he sold his company during COVID, they were out mowing yard at 110 degree heat indexes.
Chiefs fan, give us a visual representation of you on the lawnmower. Obviously, you don't have a lawnmower with you, but give us one of these.
I just do a push mower. The reason why I don't do the riding mower is you get too careless on those things, or you might mess up and not cut correctly. If you're doing the push mower, you're keeping your eyes on the lines.
I'm going to go full screen so you can demonstrate.
So if you're doing a push mower, you can keep your eyes on the lines. You cut evenly, you cut perfectly. On that riding mower, you can just basically fuck up the grass. Sorry
language.
My bad.
Holy shit already. Will you stop it with the bad language?
My bad. But like I was always raised for a push mower because perfect lines, you know, like those high school football fields when they first cut the grass on there and they put the perfect lines down for the white lines, like it's like that. And the main reason why I know how to mow yards, I've been mowing yards since I was a kid. Like when you grow up in a Hispanic family, they basically teach you, like up north, I grew up my Hispanic side of the family. And they'll put you to work by age 9, and then you'll learn a lot of life things by age 16. Like by age, I haven't done an oil change in a long time, but I bet I can do one. Like by age 11, I knew how to do an oil change.
Really?
When I was living with my Hispanic side of the family, because they're jacks of the trade. And people make fun of them, like, "Oh, you do all these low ball jobs." I'm like, okay, mowing yards, oil changing, car washes, even though you don't own the car wash, you just do a charity, all that good stuff. I'm like, they're hardworking people, and that's what upsets me when people badmouth them.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cheats fan, we covered a lot of ground today. I'm glad you're doing better in the COVID recovery. Enjoy your ice cream.
I will.
Keep us updated on the job pursuit.
I will, but the main thing that's why I'm doing better today is I went out with my order. I did a second Walmart order. And you know those Chunky Campbell's commercials?
Sure.
I went out for the creamy chicken noodle soup, and I added some jalapeno juice to it and a little bit of spices, and I'm able to breathe better. I'm able to do that. Like back in the day before I let you go, I would drink jalapeno juice to clear my sinuses when I was sick.
That sounds aggressive.
I used to have really bad sinuses when I was a kid, when I was sick. Like as a kid, if I did anything wrong, they knew not to put hot sauce in my mouth. They knew to put soap in my mouth. Because by age 5, I was eating hot wings.
Well, Cheats fan, thank you for the stories. Thank you for the insight. And we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Cheats fan checking in. Always enlightening what he brings to the table, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, Addison with a super chat. He cuts the line on the show. The merch store needs a Mount Rushmore shirt with Bobby, Charles, Lane, and Cheats fan. Well, I'm glad you mentioned Lane because, ladies and gentlemen, after calling in for the first time in months last week, the Lane train's in the comments. He says, "Let's go Jets." He then says, "How do you feel about the Jets?" And then finally, Lane with a statement I don't think any true Jet fan would disagree with. You have to start Aaron Rodgers for the Jets in week 1. Lane, you are 1,000% correct, spot on, as usual. Right. To me, the Jets quarterback battle this summer, I don't want to hear it. Rodgers is starting week 1. Period. That's it. Lane, if you're able to call in, please do. Mike D's Nuts checks in. Jake, check the Discord. It's a monsoon while watching. Well, Mike, I can't relate because it is 1,000,000 degrees in New York City today.
D's Nuts.
But shout out to you, Mike D's Nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, batting third, just like Aaron Judge in our lineup of all-time great calls, is none other than Bobby Midnight.
Well, you know, I love the Yankees and the Jets, and to read the super chats are more than just a hat. Bobby. Hi, Jake. I took a shower and I took a nap. I shaved.
Like
I got a new shirt on. See?
Yo.
I feel good.
I'm happy to hear that you took a nap, you took a shower. That's good. You can't get up, wear the same clothing you wore yesterday, and then sit at your desk for 24 hours. That's not good.
No, I took a shower today.
I know, but I'm saying earlier you called in.
I take a shower every day.
Good.
Yeah, I feel better.
You look tremendous.
I feel good shaving, at least.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You use any Dr. John's products?
No, I don't have anything on my face. I could have used that.
You could have used some of their aftershave.
No. Let's see what I want to bring out. I think the Jets should wait till like week 6 when the trading deadline is to get Adams, and if we need him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if Aiyuk, we don't need him. He's too expensive for us. I don't want him.
Do me a favor. Give us a little Aiyuk. Aiyuk is on fire.
No, I don't want to say that.
Why not?
I don't want to say it.
Sounds like you're anti-fun.
No, I don't want to say it. Aiyuk.
All right. I'll say it for you. I already did.
Yeah, say it.
Mm-hmm. I just did.
That's good.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, I felt good after the nap, though. That was good.
Good.
I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake for the day.
So are we doing an all-nighter stream tonight? How late are we going?
I don't know. We have to wait till Gary's show's over. Mike Midnight show is over, which is at
Why do you have to wait? Your show is the show.
Yeah, but I don't like to step over people's feet.
Yeah, but there's plenty of YouTube real estate for everyone.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And what's great about YouTube is you don't need to watch a show live to watch it.
No, that's true. But I like to respect my friends.
I see.
I try not to step over you, Nick. Who else is VR and Johnny Boy? You know, I don't like to do that.
Well, I don't know. You wield quite the audience, Bobby, so you can do whatever you want.
I know, but I don't want to do that.
Is that Mr. Bonesy?
I don't know. Let's see. No. It's spam.
You see who's watching the show, Bobby?
Who?
Your girl, Carly.
Hi, Carly. That's your girl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's your girl, don't worry.
That's my friend.
Yeah, Fred, plus put the girl in front of that. And there you go.
Was that English?
Yeah, girlfriend.
No, friend who is a female.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. No, I know. I understand. Yeah.
This super chat is from Oscar the Grouch, who says, Bobby, I love you and you're my best friend in the world. But can we talk about your fridge being next to your dresser in the kitchen?
Well, that's where the thing is. I got a small apartment. God, where am I going to put everything? I'm going to put my dress on the roof or something. I don't know. Oh, my God. Why does he ask that kind of question for?
I don't know. I'm just super chat's got the line.
I know, but that's ridiculous. Tell me where in this apartment where she put it.
I don't know. I'm not an interior decorator.
Well, I'm not either.
That orange chair looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not sitting in it.
Why not?
I don't feel like it. I don't want to.
What do you mean you don't feel like it?
I don't want to sit in the chair right now.
What will it take to get you to sit in that chair?
No. Okay, I'm done. Has been a great talk. I'll see
You're
you
done.
later.
What do you mean you're done?
I'm done.
You can't leave.
Yes, I can. Put me in the back.
I see. This is what I mean. Now you can't leave.
Okay, just
Now
stay
you
in there.
can't leave. What movie is that from, Bobby?
What?
Now you can't leave.
No, you can't. Give me a clue at least.
Mob movie. Someone in the chat's gonna get this.
Mom movie. Godfather.
See if someone gets it. Is that your final guess?
Yeah, that's my final guess. That sounds like a mom.
It is not.
No.
Come on. It took place not that far from where you said you were born.
Oh, the Bronx.
Yeah.
Oh. You sure?
Yeah. I'll just give it to you. Bronx Tale. Come on.
Oh, I saw that movie.
Of course you have.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah. All right. Now
Yeah.
get in the chair.
No, I'm not getting in no chair.
All right. See
Okay,
it
bye.
yourself. No, you're not done.
I'm done.
Nope.
Yes, I am. I'm done.
No,
Coach.
not until you sit in the chair.
No, I'm not going on the chair.
What will it take to get you to sit in the chair? Do we need a
I
female
am
voice?
not sitting in the chair today. I'm sitting where I want.
Aurora's watching the show. She's really sick. She just messaged me on Discord that if you sit in the chair, it will make her day.
No, I don't want to sit in the chair today.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Way to let everyone down.
Okay, bye.
Everyone who supported you.
Okay, bye.
All these people.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Bobby. See you later.
Okay, bye. Oh, come on. I'll do this then.
Okay. This doesn't change anything.
I go in the back. I don't want to do the chair today. I'm not going in the chair today. I already did for you.
All right, Bobby. We'll see you later, I guess.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Come on, let me go. Jay, come on, let me go, please. Come on. Gee, come on. Jay, come on, let me go. Come on. Oh, you know I like the Yankees and the Jets. Can't believe Jake and Rogers met on more than just a hat on Bobby.
I'm sorry, Aurora. I know how much that would have meant to you. I tried. Very sad. Very sad. But Bobby's changed since he started his own show. He's become quite the diva. Quite the diva. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it rolling. Tim from Fishland is up next. Hello, Tim.
What's up, Jake?
What's up, Tim?
Not much. Sorry. Here with my stepdaughter here. She's going nuts. Mommy just got home.
What's the name of the dog?
Bella. She's
Hi,
a
Bella.
full Shih Tzu. She's like my little Ewok.
Very cute dog.
Just go get her. But yeah, I saw everything about Davante, and I look at it and I don't want him unless it's a third round pick and they take Allen Lazard off our hands. Like that's just how I look at it. Like he's 30 years old plus. What's the cap hit? A $40 million cap hit? I don't even know where the hell we're gonna get this money.
Well, it'd be way less than that if you acquired him, right? Depends when you acquired him, but his cap hit next year is $40 million for the team. He's not going to play on that contract though. He's got no money left guaranteed. If the Jets traded for him, I think they'd redo his contract and it'd be a 2-year silo with Rodgers.
Yeah. Okay. To me, trading a second round pick or anything more than that for a 30-year-old wide receiver is kind of stupid in my opinion. It's just malcontent, all right, just to make the quarterback happy. Like, listen, let's just see what we got in the wide receiver core. I know Allen Lazard's Mr. Lego hands, but let's see what else we have. I'm hearing great things about Gibson. Okay, let's see what McCorley is. All right, Mike Williams, that's a big one too. You don't give up future assets unless you completely need to. You see what I mean? Like, and I just don't see the Raiders trading him unless their season goes to tank, like you said. All right, I think I watched a little bit of the podcast that what's his name, Max Crosby does, and Davante basically said he wanted to retire a Raider.
Look, he's not going to say anything inflammatory before the year starts. He knows he's not being traded. They're not going to trade him until they're out of it. That's really what it comes down to. And that's why his agents put out the statement, because he doesn't want to be asked questions about it all the time. So he could just say the first day of training camp when he meets with reporters, my agents put out a statement, I'm a Raider. That's it.
No, trust me, and I get that. You know what I mean? Like I know Rodgers is a polarizing figure, and he likes to mess with the media. And that's what he did this past weekend. That's all he did.
Yep.
All right, and it's just it's worse than Trump. I swear to God.
Is that the dog that's making grunting noises there?
No, it was probably me.
Oh, I heard like a weird grunt noise in the back. Oh, okay.
I have a little bit of a weird laugh.
Well, Tim, excellent job out of you. I don't know what you specifically do, but I know you do a job that you're outside in the heat.
Oh my God, dude, you have no idea. It's downright disrespectful out here.
Yeah, it must kill you then to hear a Cheats fan talk about being outside and not having to work if it gets too hot.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. It really is. All right, come to South Florida and work in the middle of the heat in July and August, and you don't know heat until you've been down here. You've been in Houston, you know.
Mm-hmm. I do know, Tim.
It's a different type of heat. It's so humid, it hurts. It's hard to breathe. All right, and at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's almost over 100 degrees already. Like that's what the temperature on my work van says. I remember one time, I think it was last year, it had to have been like 11 a.m. and I got a reading of 112 on my dash on my van. So.
God bless, Tim. God bless, man. Brutal. Tom, they don't call them the Miami Heat for nothing. It is true. It is true. Let's see. David says Crosby should come to the Jets and New York City. His media career would take off after. Sure, but I don't think you need to be in New York if you're that level of player to get a media career, you know? Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a member of the 4%. Someone that we love, we respect, and V-Man definitely fears. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennergy up next. Hello, Jennergy.
What up? Yo, I was laughing when you said that V-Man fears me.
I think he does.
He does not.
I don't know.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Well, first of all, hello from the LES, Lower East Side. It's freaking burning. I'm burning to death, but I'm calling because this is for my girl, Aurora. She wanted me to call in. I'm giving you all the Jennergy. A lot of people been asking. Jennergy is still here. So I'm just calling in to let you know, yes, I'm still here. I'm repping the Jennergy right now. And also, I had to say, before I forget, because I wanted to call the other day, Keith Best is amazing. He needs to have his own motivational show or podcast. And he's just awesome. And Bobby's getting tired of people busting his chops.
His shows have been getting intense. It's been crazy.
Yes, he doesn't take. He's like, I'm setting my boundaries. I'm not taking crap. I was like, oh, because I saw he was a little bit cranky the other day. I was like, he's a little bit cranky pants. So I was like,
the other day, it's been about a month of this, Jennergy.
But then I saw that you playing pranks on him too, so that probably bothers him. So
I haven't pranked him.
I know it's probably Gator on his show.
You're talking to the wrong guy.
Gator, behave, sir. What's the other thing? No, we freaking need to play football already because it's hot as hell, and we just need to get on the field and have training camp, and just I want football season already. Like, you're doing a great job. We're filling in all the news and stuff. And Davante Adams, it would be great if we got him. We have all the pieces. I think Davante would just add that extra. We Puerto Ricans call wepa. It will be wepa. Him and Aaron Rodgers, it will be magic. Wepa-liciousness. Some people know what I'm talking about. But if you don't know, figure it out. The other thing is, I'm making a special request. I need that bucket hat, that King Lowski inspired bucket hat.
Yes.
On the merch store, I want it. And that's pretty much it. So I want my hat. And
it's coming.
Bobby.
And you're on Patreon, obviously, so you'll have first crack at all the gear when
Yes,
it's launched.
absolutely. And feel better, Aurora.
Genergy, your nails are tremendous, by the way.
Oh yes, very much inspired. Carly McNugget. I got the yes. It's called Melted Sunshine.
I love it. We'll see you on the 17th. It's gonna be wild.
I'll be there. See you guys.
Let's go. Genergy checking in, representing the 4% female demographic. Now there's a fight in the chat for Genergy. King Lowski. Genergy, I love you, girl. Look, rules are rules on this program. King Lowski, you're wilding out.
I like good-looking chicks in that family. Wow.
Bobby.
Oh, yeah, baby. Things are about to get crazy here on the Jake Asman Show.
Calm your freaky down.
Sometimes we try, but that freaky just take us over.
Give him some of your loving voice.
Oh, yeah, hide them kids.
Again, leave your damn freaky down.
Too sexy.
you gotta chill, man. Oh, baby. The freaky is out of control.
Calm your freaky down.
Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like button. Rob notes that 174 are watching, only 150 likes. Well, that was a couple minutes ago. How about almost 200 people watching and only 158 likes? All right, 2 super chats here. Keith the Change writes in. The rate 3-team trade. Aiyuk to the Raiders, Adams to Jets, Niners get draft I think you mean compensation, not competition. But I see your point. I don't think that's a trade. I just don't see it. I don't think the Raiders are going to acquire Aiyuk. If they trade Adams, they're just going to not be good enough to win. They're not going to then add Aiyuk and then pay him when they're going to need a quarterback next year in the draft. They'd be starting over. I don't see the team building fit. Terrell's a Jet fan. Adams would be cool, but if it comes at the expense of our future homegrown guys, signing Sauce, Wilson, Brees, rather run with what we got. I don't think it would, which is why he's unique and that it's different than trying to say trade for Aiyuk and then sign him, because then it would come at the expense of some of those guys. Adams, I think, would play not at top dollar. You take a pay cut, you do a restructure to play for Rodgers and try and win. He's chasing a ring. He's 31. He's on the back half of his prime. He's trying to win a championship. He's not trying to get paid. He already got his big contract. It's different silos for these players, different timelines. SXHBK. When's the first preseason game? I actually don't. I think it's August 4th. Is that a Saturday? Jets preseason schedule. I believe it's August 4th. August 10th. I was off by 6 days against the Commanders at MetLife. Then our event, Jets Panthers. They're in Carolina. We're at T-Squared Social. And then the Rodgers Bowl, Jets Giants, August 24th, obviously at MetLife. And we will be live after each Jet preseason game with the postgame. Love it. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. We say good morning to Craig down under in Australia. Grab your boomerangs. Craig is on the line, folks. More calls right now. Zach Bounce is up next. Hello, Zach.
Hey, Jake. How's it going? It's, this is really prime time for New York Jets football. It's the preseason. Man, I'm so sick and tired of following all the news articles and all the sports talk, because I just get sick of this stuff all year in and year out. And so I really just turn to you, the Jake Asman Show, for the news, for the podcast, for what's going on, because I just can't take it. Like the Davante Adams trade. Like if you type in Jets trade right now, you're going to get definitely getting traded, denying talks, all the nonsense of is it happening? Is it not happening? Who cares?
Well, that's my big thing. It's not based on anything, right? That's why I tried to explain, like, where did all this start? And you go through it, like, it it's not based on anything other than Davante making a comment that Aaron's in his ear recruiting him. That doesn't mean the Jets are trading for him. Like, that's where this all started. Then Aaron, I think, playing to the cameras and trolling a little bit, is like, I can't wait to play with him. Again, it gave that look. Like, I think it's just Aaron being Aaron. And then Brees and Garrett are asked about it. They give an opinion. It's not actually coming from like the Raiders are shopping him. Schefter's report. Like, no, that's why I just think it's a non-conversation at this point, but it could be a conversation closer to the deadline, which is what I've said from the beginning.
Well, I love your take on that because that's really what it is. It's just, I think I know off season's rough for everybody. You need something to talk about, something to get you going. And the media, New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers, they are feasting any little morsel they can get their hands on. And I'm just sick of reading about it. If Davante comes, great, another weapon. If he doesn't, he doesn't, and we move on and we move forward. I just think I'd rather, if they are going to do a trade, I want to see it way before the season starts. I hate midseason trades unless it's an absolute necessity. I think Davante Adams is a nice piece, obviously great, but to get it midway through, I'm really all about team dynamics and keeping one mindset. And so to get him before the season start, I think is a cohesive part of the team. To get him midway through, then it's like, ooh, are they in desperation mode? They got to bring Davante, and then it just gets hyped up even more. So,
Zach, excellent call. And I will say, you're quickly moving up my personal power rankings of callers because you have a great mic setup.
Oh, thank you. Yesterday it was middle of the day. I had to do whatever. Yeah, it's the home setup. So
I love it. Zach Bounce, everybody. Tremendous. Super chat here from Mike D's Nuts. Jose Duran called Bobby ugly and fat, all uncalled for. Why? I didn't want to read this, Mike, but you were in the chat spamming. I didn't want to bring attention to Jose Duran. Who cares? I didn't see it. Otherwise, I would have threw him in the hole. There was too many comments at once with everyone throwing all the Asmaniac emojis earlier. So that's why I wasn't reading it, Mike. I was going to message you off air. I don't want to bring attention to that guy. If I see his comment, he's done. But since you did super chat, I will play this because I love it. Oh, yeah. That's Mike D's Nuts to you. Comments, questions, super chats, open phone lines for anyone who wants in on the conversation. Adam writes in. Davante, Garrett, Mike Williams, that's almost unfair. I mean, that's the best three in the league, right? Best trio. The Jets are the best corner trio. Best receiver trio. You know how much fun practice would be if they actually say they did get Davante. Obviously, if they do it this summer, we'd get to watch as fans because the media is allowed to be at training camp and the fans are allowed at some of the practices. Those practices would be so much fun if they were somehow able to get them. Now, it's not going to happen. And if they did get them, it'd be in season, so we wouldn't be able to watch it, but that would be sick. Now, I'm trying to follow some sort of conflict in the chat involving another Sesame Street character, but it's not Oscar the Grouch. So if I have this right, Big Bird wrote in, "That's my girl," during the Genergy call. And then King Lowski, who loves Genergy, was writing what he was writing, to which Big Bird then responded to Lowski and said, Genergy likes guys over 6 foot tall. To which then King Lowski said, Big Bird, I fight guys 6 feet and above. Now, if I'm following the saga correctly here, King Lowski and Big Bird are going at it over Genergy. Am I following that correctly? I think I have this right. King Lowski then wrote, Big Bird, you better go sing a song, bum. So we've had a lot that has occurred in this show. And it sounds like Lowski is fighting with Big Bird. I'll tell you what. I'll take my king over anyone. All right. King Lowski's my guy. Big Bird writes in, unfortunately for Lowski, I outmatch him in crazy. Don't mess with the bird. God, training can't come here soon enough. Ladies and gentlemen, thank God, Dre, changing the subject. 5 channel memberships have been gifted courtesy of Dre. Thank you, Dre. Here we go. Adam S, MC3, Dewey Nation, Aria, Shiken, Sneaker King. You guys are all officially as maniacs. Congratulations. Let's keep it going with your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the line is someone who's been hitting the head more times than he can remember. Gary is up next. Hello, Gary.
What's going on, Jake? You watched the Knicks and the Nets Summer League game?
I'm not. I don't even have it on, to be honest with you.
The Knicks are winning. The Knicks are winning, by the way.
I would love to trash talk, but I don't care about Summer League basketball, so I'm gonna wait for the regular season.
See, like for the Knicks, you got your second round picks playing, right? And maybe they'll crack the rotation. For the Nets, this is what their team is going to look like to a large degree. A lot of these guys are going to get a lot of minutes. So it's like, it's more like preseason games than Summer League games for the Nets. Like these are guys who are, for better or for worse, going to get a lot of minutes this year.
Mm-hmm.
Adams. Dan Orlovsky said that it's a done deal, right? But
he's giving an opinion. He's giving an opinion. He's giving an opinion.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not
not based.
He's not a beat reporter. He's a football player, right? I mean, doesn't have inside information here. And like, look, I know Adams played with Rodgers and have a connection. I would still rather get him on the same track sooner. If you could get him before the season, just do it. Like, I don't know if that's possible. I have no idea what the Raiders, maybe the Raiders think they're good. You don't know how they assess things, right?
Well, they obviously got the best player in the draft this past offseason, so that should help them, right?
You said it, not me. You said it, not me.
What did I say?
That the Raiders got the best player in the draft.
Well, I simply asked you the question. Did they?
No. I think the best player in the draft was Marvin Harrison Jr., but I guess that doesn't matter anymore. So the answer is yes, right? They got Brock Bowers.
Did somebody say Brock Bowers?
I just had to wait for you to formally say his name before playing that. Thank you.
And I agree. They got one of the best players in the draft. They got an all-world talent in the draft. And again, if we're on the phone with the Raiders, you might as well check in about the tight end. See what can be done.
So you want Davante and Brock Bowers in a trade?
If I was the GM, I would bring both in. But that's me.
Okay, so what? You're Joe Douglas, right? Let's do this exercise. You want Davante Adams and Brock Bowers. What's your trade proposal?
My next two firsts. My next 2 years for my next 2 first-round picks. Like 2025 and 2026 ones.
Okay.
Is that good? I mean, that seems like a lot, right? Like,
that's
but when
a
you
ton.
think about it, that's what Jamal Adams was traded for.
Yeah, that's a ton.
It's a lot. When you look at like some of these picks, like, do you really think Tim Tebow was traded for more draft capital than Justin Fields? So was Sam Darnold. Like, it's just like some of these trades that get done are really crazy. But bring Adams in. You're saying you think there's a very limited chance that the Jets can get this done before the season.
Correct.
So,
I the only way I see it getting done before the season is the Jets grossly overpay, and they won't do that unless, God forbid, knocking on every wood I could find, something happened to Garrett Wilson, let's say, and they needed the number 1 receiver.
But let me ask you this question, right? Like, let's flip the script, right? The longer you wait to trade him, the less value he has, right? So if you want a first for him, if you're the Raiders and you say, I can get a first for Adams, isn't your best chance of getting a first for him trading him before the season starts?
But why do they want to trade him when they go into this year thinking we won 8 games last year? We had a winning record with our intern coach once we made that change. Why are we punting on the year before we see what we are as a team?
Yeah, no, I get it. And if you're looking at it, it's the same thing I said about my Nets last year. Like they should just trade everyone, but they looked at their team as if they were a playoff team. Now I didn't view it that way, so I said trade everyone. If the Raiders are viewing themselves as potentially a playoff team, yeah, they don't trade them. I guess I don't know how they view themselves. I view them as trash. I think you view them as not very good, right? Like if I say, gun to your head, how many games do you think the Raiders win? Over
6?
under 6 is the exact number I had too. Not good.
I'm going to say 7 now because I don't want to agree with you.
Okay. I was going to say over under 7.5. So you're still taking the under on that, right? Like you're not a good team. Maybe they don't realize that, but like
what
would be
was the Texans over under last year? Do you know?
Yeah, no, that's true. And even if
that's why they're not going to do it yet. Yeah.
They didn't really add you're probably right. They view themselves as, they won 8 games. They had an amazing draft, obviously, just on the first day alone. They're probably going to view themselves as potentially a playoff team, which means they're probably not going to trade Adams. But then that's not bad, right? Because if we get him at the trading deadline, then we're not going to be expected to give him a 1 after you've missed him for half a season, which could benefit us too. We don't have to trade a 1. We can just give him a 2 or a 2 and a 4, something like that, and get him for less at the deadline. So that wouldn't be a loss either.
Oscar says, Gary, what exactly is your take here?
I'm trying to talk through this. What do we have to give up to get Adams now versus at the deadline, and which is actually better?
I don't think you can get him now. At the deadline, I think we're talking a 2 and a 4, maybe both 3s the Jets have, something in that range.
All right. Jake, I'm going on with Connor. Talking about the Nets. You gonna listen?
I'll be locked in.
All right.
Are you taking calls on your show?
Oh, I will take calls.
Oh.
If you want to come on and talk about the Bridges trade and how it affects both teams, I'd love to have you on, Jake.
I'll see if I can pop in.
All right. Appreciate you, Jake.
I know who will call your show.
Bobby called in when I was doing the Halliburton debate with Nate, and I had him in. I just forgot to put him in, and it got so heated. I just forgot to put Bobby in, and he took it personally. It was nothing personal, Bob. I apologize. That was an error. That was oversight on my part.
You let Bobby on hold?
Like 20 minutes. I kept meaning to put him in, but like the debate with me and Nate was like fierce. And like every time I'd go to put him in, Nate would make a point that I had to counter, and I'll get to him after this. I'll get to him after this. Did you ever have a caller on your show? Like you've hosted a million shows, but the debate gets too lively, and then you just forget that he's on hold.
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now.
Yes, you know what it's like.
Gary, good luck with the show.
All right, appreciate you, Jake.
Chicken with pasta is worse than peanut butter with sandwich.
You can get more food takes like that, I'm sure, on the Gary vehicle. Oh, my God. John says, everyone now has a show. They see how easy it is by watching Jake. Yes. Which one of my regular callers doesn't have a show at this point? Everyone's got a show. It's crazy. I love it. Paul writes, and I heard Brock Bowers' favorite meal was chicken and pasta. I actually heard the same thing. Chris K checks in with a super chat. Chris cuts the line. Thank you, Chris. What exactly defines the NFL calls tampering? I only ask because all the Davante talk seems to be trending lately. Love the show. There's a fine line with tampering, right? You have to prove that there's been contact between front office and player. Now, player to player, like, it's different, man. Like, you very rarely see that because, like, Aaron Rodgers could talk to Davante. They could be friends. You know what I mean? Like, he's allowed to talk to him. Whereas, like, a GM is not going to have, like, a texting relationship with Davante. Like, there's no prior relationship. You know, you can't claim friendship. So it's a lot harder to prove player to player. The truth is there's tampering in everything. It's just how egregious is it? And it's a case-by-case basis. I don't know if there's necessarily like a set rule. I wouldn't even know how the NFL specifically defines it. Carly writes in, the Carly Fleischer Show is in the works for years, coming soon. You know, it's funny. I've been hearing about this show for a very long time. And I have doubts if it's actually ever going to happen. But I'll tell you what, if it does happen, I already have a pretty good idea what one of the first episodes will feature.
I can't believe they have to sing the ABCs.
Yeah, there's only
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, oh, voice crack, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Nobody gives a shit.
Whoa, Lowski, a little too far. Come on. Plenty of people would watch Carly sing the ABCs. Plenty of them. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is B-Mac, who's up next on the show. B-Mac, hello.
Hello, Nate. I mean, not Nate. Call you Nate. Jake. Nate, Jake, it rhymes. Get it? Well, first of all, Gary, I'm shocked that Gary has his own show. I don't know if I can listen to it because he's probably going to ball off about Jameis Winston and Brock Bowers and interceptions don't matter if you go for 5,000 yards and I can't. And then the one thing is that God, man, I mean, Nick Wright really pisses me off with some of the things that he says, man. Like, I can't stand that guy. You know what I mean? Like, the Jets don't have elite weapons. Really? Brees Hall? Who else? Like, Mike Williams, if he's healthy, Micah Corey, who I think is going to be. And then he said Rodgers is not elite. And then today he dragged Rodgers for being number 8 on the ESPN list. I just want to just take scissors, cut all his hair off, bald, and then take a pitchfork, stick it in his chest, and put him on the cross, man. That dude pisses me off.
That feel good getting off your chest, B-Mac? Yeah? Good talk. B-Mac's internet going full like 1997 there. Look, here's the thing. He has what we like to call on this show Rodgers derangement syndrome. And once you know that, it's a lot easier to never watch the show. Because that's really the bottom line. You can't take anything he says seriously when it comes to the Jets. You know, that's it. Let's see. Bang Mateo checks in. In my opinion, it will end up being our coaching staff who will do us in. In what regard, Bang? How many wins do you think the Jets will get? Like, it will do them in from what? From not winning a championship? You might be right. Not being a playoff team? I don't know about that. I think there's too much talent here. There's levels to it. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to the great Jake Quest, who has just wrote greetings from Aruba, catching 5 minutes of Jake before dinner. Jake Quest, we miss you, man. Comment section is not the same without your wittiness. Hope your vacation's going great. Carly says, I still haven't performed the ABCs backwards for you guys. Good God. Do people want that? How many channel memberships for that performance? Dano writes in, Jake, thoughts on the rumor the Jets were pursuing Arthur Smith to help on offense a few months back? Look, Arthur Smith, the head coach, not great. Arthur Smith as an OC or someone in that room helping Hackett, better than having no one. So I would have been fine with it. You know? Wasn't that long ago, Arthur Smith made Marcus Mariota and Ryan Tannehill look pretty good, especially Tannehill. That was his claim to fame. That's how he became a head coach, because he made Tannehill go from backup afterthought after he left the Dolphins to competent starter to a team that was a 1 seed in the conference not that long ago. I'll say this, though. If the Jets had hired Arthur Smith, oh, my God, would that have been funny for this show? Oh, my God. More calls right now. D is on the line. D, I'm glad you figured out how to call in. What's up, man?
Yo, what's happening, Jake?
Nice hat.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I ain't got much to say, man, but yeah, I've been watching this show for about 2 years now, and it's my first time calling in. But hey, these boys be going crazy in the chat.
Yeah, it's just a typical Tuesday, though, unfortunately.
Man,
Or, not even unfortunately. Fortunately, that's what makes the show the show.
Man, especially Chiefs fan, boy. Hey, Chiefs fan talking about he went to sleep at 8. He's supposed to be on the block. So he say he always on the block. But yeah, I just want to call in, man, and keep up the good work. Keep putting that work in, man. I love this show.
D, thank you, man. And I like how you're paying tribute to your favorite caller, Charles Gorman, with that attire.
Man. Yes, sir.
D, you're the man. Where are you based out of?
I'm out here in Harker Heights in Texas.
Very nice. Well, stay cool, man. I'm sure summer's brutal.
Man, I'm telling you, the weather deadly out here.
Man, hang in there. Thanks for calling, man. Call back anytime.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Deoded, check it in for the very first time. Bang Mateo with a super chat. So the Jets wanted Arthur Smith to save them, LOL. No, I think they wanted Arthur Smith to be a voice on the coaching staff, not be a head coach. I think there's a big difference, Bang. Adam says, I'd like to see Carly do 2 shots of tequila and sing the alphabet backwards. No, believe me, I've seen that. You don't want to see that. Not the alphabet part. You don't want that. The first part you definitely don't want. Trust me. J Quest writes in, off to Smoky Joe's for all you could eat ribs. Have a great day, everyone. See you Friday. The return of J Quest. Zach says, have you done a schedule review? Yeah. The second it came out, and we had Fireman Ed the next morning on breaking it down with us. Mike D's Nuts says D is yoked. Yeah, if we're assembling a Secret Service team of Asmaniacs, I think D's got to be on there. David writes in, last chance to get in. Going to wrap up here shortly. If Mike McCarthy gets fired in Dallas all in season, during midseason, do you bring him in to consult? I don't think you would make that kind of move in season, so I'd say no. I thought you were going to ask me if they should hire McCarthy if he gets fired and Salah's fired. I would say no to that too. Bang Mateo with revisionist history. Salah was outcoached by Arthur Smith and tried to bring him on. That is funny. Salah was not outcoached by Arthur Smith, you dope. Tim Boyle started that game. What was the final score of that game? 13-10? What was the final score of that god-awful Jet Falcon game? Jets versus Falcons 2023. 13-8. It was even more grotesque than I remember. But yeah, Salah got outcoached. No, he started Tim Boyle. Brutal. Brutal. Oh, so this is all Dano's fault for even bringing up Arthur Smith with Bang Mateo out there. Super chat coming in from Bang Mateo. The movie Long Legs was great. Go watch it, guys. I don't know if that's even a real movie or if that's even appropriate, so I'm going to take that down because I don't know. Rob Basil says, how much the band Bang? Outrageous take. Oof. I am getting dinner in a little bit. A couple drinks. Depends. We banning him for life or we throwing him in the realm? I'll tell you what, Rob. 5 memberships and Bang Mateo's going to the hole for 24 hours. We won't ban him. We'll be nice. 5 channel memberships, which is about $25 to get rid of Bang for the day. All right, apparently it's a real movie. Wasn't sure with Bang. Look at Carly trying to get $200 out of Lowski here. $200 and I won't go on the show for 2 weeks. King Lowski says, Carly, you will never get 200 out of me. I'm being told this was King Lowski's live reaction to Carly demanding $200. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Basil, above and beyond, 10 channel memberships. Here's what we're going to do. Normally we play a great video when someone sends in a membership or a great drop. I mean, rules are rules. Bang Mateo, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for giving us your typical nonsense. And courtesy of listener Rob Basil, I simply say to you, enjoy the hole.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the Sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
See ya. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have 10 memberships to dish out courtesy of Rob Basil. If you hear your name called, you're a channel member. M123, Jordan Victor, Jeff C, James Bender, White Lotus. Great show, by the way. Nick Shine. How many accounts does Nick Shine have? Michael Kerfeld, Green Team, Mr. Jetcast, PBIZ. You guys are all officially channel members. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Craig with a recommendation. Go to Rum House on 47th for a Cosmo. I'm telling you, folks, nobody is more New York than Craig in Australia. If I need recommendations, I go to him. He's been everywhere. I've never been there, Craig. I'll have to add that to my list. Ladies and gentlemen, Hennessy Heisman with a super chat for the people. Arthur Smith outcoached himself of a job. He did. He did. The big fella is up next. Rob Basil's a legend. That's got to be a 2-day ban. You know what? You're right. You're right, big fella. 2 days. I said 5 memberships. He gifted 10. Bang, we'll see you in 48 hours. God bless. Now, what people don't realize is you still consume the show. You can't just comment, though. But as we learned, JJ was in the hole and he called in. That's the thing. Bang has never once called in. Bang, I'll tell you what. You call in, it's only one 24-hour sentence. Even Hawk called in once. Even Hawk called in. Ladies and gentlemen, Sco has given us a 99-cent super sticker. Sco, I don't know why YouTube allows people to do this, but thank you. All right, another $2 and I could ride the subway. Oscar says Nick Shine might need to be a regular on the show along with Tyson, Robbie, and Joe Blewett. We got a lot of guys that are great guests. It's tough to do regulars with everyone. Last chance to get in. Tony G says, hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good day. Hennessy says, JJ still mad Tyron Smith didn't get signed in the first hour of free agency. You know what's funny about all that? Obviously, JJ was insane calling in 30 minutes into the live stream that day, screaming about how the Jets need to make a splash. They're not doing anything. And they had one of their more successful free agent hauls in 15 years. But that was JJ for you. But I think what was so great about that whole saga, let's not forget, it wasn't just JJ who was upset about not signing Tyron Smith. One of our most optimistic regulars, Neil, also was demanding Tyron Smith.
If we don't get Tyrone Smith and shore up this goddamn offensive line, I'm done. This is bullshit. Everybody's praising Joe Douglas. I gotta tell you, I'm starting to get pissed. This is the difference between a winner and a goddamn loser. We're a bunch of losers. I'm tired of it. Tyrone Smith's sitting there. What does Joe Douglas say? But draw the line. I will give you $12 million. Wait, you're not going to pay the guy? What are you waiting for? Jesus Christ. I'm pissed.
You sleeping, Bob?
I'm in the orange chair.
Whoa! Oh.
This is for Aurora.
What a surprise. I thought you were sleeping.
No, I'm waiting for you to put me up. I've been waving my arms for a whole 30 minutes.
Well, you're getting some good exercise.
Hi, Aurora. This is for you, Sunshine.
Sunshine?
Yeah, there she is, Sunshine.
That's a new one from you.
When she calls in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're doing good in the orange chair, chilling out.
How does it feel?
Good. Very good. I felt bad for Aurora, so I wanted to make it up to her.
Yeah, she was not doing well. That's why I asked if you could sit in the chair.
Yeah, so I decided I was an idiot not to do it, so I did it for her.
See, that's the Bobby we love.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I know I was wrong, so I needed to go in the orange chair.
The chair brings happiness to people. It really does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to bring it down on the first game of the year.
You're going to bring the chair to the Jets home opener.
Yeah.
All right. I can't wait.
You're going to be there too?
I'll be there, yeah.
All right. Me too.
If you want to bring the chair to the watch party in August.
No, it's going to be hard for me to do that.
Well, whatever's easier for you.
Because I'm not looking at all the time in Manhattan. At the game will be easier.
Mm-hmm.
It will be in the trunk of the car. Just take it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
You made Aurora's day. Look what she wrote, Bobby.
Well, I can't read it. Wait, let me see. Oh, my God. Thank you, Bobby, so much. So much. You're welcome, sweetheart. You're a good girl. Sunshine.
Sunshine, good girl.
Well, she is a nice girl.
Calm your freaky down.
I just said she's a nice girl. I didn't say anything bad.
No, she's wonderful. I met Aurora in person last year. We tailgated together before the Jets-Cowboys game.
Oh, yeah. You guys were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
She's wonderful.
But I can't wait till August 17th. Micah really wants to come down.
Are you confirmed going?
Yeah, we're going down. I put it in your Discord. Did you get it?
I'm just making sure you're coming.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you're a loose cannon. I don't know what you're up to.
No, I'm coming down.
All right. Aurora says, I won't tell my boyfriend that you call me Sunshine, Bobby.
I won't tell my boyfriend. Oh, I'm sorry. Called you Sunshine.
I don't think Sunshine's... That's not as bad as you calling a woman Toots like that other time.
I never called nobody a Toots.
Calm your freaky down.
Never called anybody a Toots.
Oh, maybe I'm confusing you with someone else.
It was nice to see Jenna G today, though.
Oh, here we go.
I like good looking chicks in that family. Wow.
Bobby.
Oh, yeah, baby. Things are about to get crazy here on the Jake Asman Show.
Calm your freaky down.
Sometimes we try, but that freaky just take us over.
Give him some of your loving voice.
Oh, yeah, hide them kids.
Again, leave your damn freaky down.
Too sexy.
you gotta chill, man.
Do you remember when I had my face going to the left coming in? Guess who I was talking about?
Who are you talking about?
That was Carly, remember?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because Kane Losky didn't like her voice. So I said, what did Kane Losky say? I want to see that what he said.
He said, you got to calm your freaky down.
Oh, you do too, King. So I'm just saying it's been a long time since we saw her on camera. And then
Carly?
also, no,
Or Genergy?
Genergy, yeah. So, what about Walter too? We haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, he's more of a silent viewer of the show.
Oh, okay. Well, I just liked him because he helped us on the Halloween game,
You should. He gave you 2 great seats for the Texans game.
and then you gave us the tickets to go on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, are you going to the Seattle Seahawks game? Can you go there?
I don't know that far out if I'll be there.
Okay, because Addison's birthday is that day,
Mm.
and he's coming all the way to see the Seattle Seahawks play. It's only like, I think Nick said about $90 for that game.
Gotcha.
Or even 60, because it's a cheaper game.
Aurora just says, Bobby just cured me from this illness with laughter.
Oh, really? Good.
See?
Did you see me singing the other song then?
What song?
Aurora, do you see me singing the song? What's that song I sang with the, oh man, it's not the man guy, Afro Man?
Oh, I played that yesterday. Yep.
Yeah, I gotta, and there's a couple of words that are not suitable for this time of day.
Yeah.
No, one word, but then the other one was child support. I was dying laughing when I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to pay that anymore, so I die laughing when everybody laughed because I did that.
Oscar says, Bobby, you look sexy in the black shirt.
Oh, this is a blue shirt, dark blue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dark blue. Yeah, it's on it's not black.
What's on the agenda on the Bobby Show tonight? What are the topics?
Whatever they want. No boxing though.
So there's no rundown or anything. We just fire it up and we just open the phone lines.
Well, Nick suggested I say something before I go on.
Yeah. How about a monologue?
Let's see. What should I say? I don't know what to say.
This is the first time I've ever seen you speechless.
Because when I start the thing, I put the link in the chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I give everybody their own personal link in the Discord. So half the time people are already in there when I'm doing it, so I don't know what to say.
Well, I think you got to say something.
Okay, this is the Bobby Show, and Bobby Minute Show, and then we could talk about any kind of stuff you want, but not boxing. No boxing, or you get booted. No, you don't get booted, but I might get mad. I won't get mad. Okay, that's good monologue.
I mean, a monologue is typically longer than 15 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I didn't rehearse anything.
Well, let's hash it out now.
Mm-hmm. Well, give me some suggestions. You've been doing this for 5 years. Give me some suggestions.
Is your show about the Jets? Is it about sports? Is it about the Asmaniacs?
Yeah, it's about, well, show's really about people coming in after Jets talk and just talking about anything they want, just relaxing, chilling out. Some people get carried away, and that's how it goes.
You've met a lot of people in life, right? A lot of celebrities, athletes.
Oh yeah, I met what you call it, Joe Klecko and Mark Estino.
Why don't you each day you have a different theme? So today's theme will be you tell a story about a celebrity encounter you had, and then you open up the phones.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, Nick always does the intro on his show, and you do too.
Mm-hmm.
You do good. 22 minutes, I think you do it.
It depends on how many topics are in the main story.
But if you have a co-host, you get right into the subject. Yeah. Oh, what do you ask me if I got in the chair what I wanted?
What did I ask you?
The first time you asked me if I could sit in the chair.
Yeah.
No. What would it take you to sit in the chair?
Yeah. Aurora wanted you to sit in the chair.
No, I know. One thing I want from you is be a co-host one day.
On this show or your show?
Your show. How could I be a co-host on my show?
I don't know if you're co-host material. You're struggling to come up with a monologue right now.
Well, I co-hosted Nick's show already. Nick gave me a shot, and he said I did pretty good. I got. He asked me all these Jet questions, and I was doing pretty good. I was really doing it. I like the old ones. The new ones were a little. They gave me some, some kind of, hints of the stuff. But the old stuff I knew a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't really do trivia. We talk about the current team. Mostly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could talk sports. I know how to talk sports.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll consider it. If I need a co-host, I'll reach out.
Yeah, right. Sure.
I wasn't being sarcastic. That was a real response.
Oh, okay. All right. Deal is a deal.
The problem is, I don't know if I could trust you to calm your freaky down throughout the course of the show.
Oh, you get freaky sometimes too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Calm your freaky down.
Well, I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay,
well, good luck with the show tonight, Bob.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Good luck with that opening monologue. Give people a little taste on what the show's about before you start opening up the calls.
That's what Nick was saying too. And say hello to everybody in the chat too.
I'll tell you what. Once you master the monologue, you'll co-host a show with us. All right. Let's get you more reps.
Okay, that's a deal. Like practice make perfect, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's a good idea, Jake. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Okay, I'll see you guys later.
All right, Bobby. Thanks for the time.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
I thought you were letting me go. I sat in the chair now. Come on.
All
It's
right.
time to go. It's time to end your show.
I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Have a good show.
Oh, I'm doing another Zoom meeting. Oh, Farts Jake's going live. Gotta end my friggin' stream. Bobby.
Nobody better than Bobby Midnight, folks. We created a monster on the show. All right. That's it. I got to eat something. Watch the All-Star game. Go Soto. Go Judge. I guess go Clay Holmes. I'm fascinated by the fact he's actually on this team. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. We're back tomorrow. 4 p.m. tomorrow. Fialco is going to join us. So we'll have a show in the morning in that 10 or 11 a.m. hour. So be on the lookout for that as we continue to get closer and closer to Jets training camp actually starting. Before we get out of here, reminder, the merch store is coming soon. That and all the other reasons that I've discussed on the show are why you should join the Patreon, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. You get access to the Discord. And when that merch store launches, you'll get items like the snapback hat you see on the screen here at a discounted rate. So patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Thank you to everyone who is on Patreon/Discord. It goes a long way. Truly appreciate your support. And I'll talk to you guys soon. JETS, Jets. We ended the first show with a banger. So why don't we end this show with another banger as well? Here's VR's anthem for the 2024 Jet season.
This is for all New York, all New Jersey, all Jets fans all around the world. We're about to take off. We're about to take flight. Take your seatbelts off and stand in a loud and proud position. We are the New York Jets. We are the team to beat. We are the New York Jets, and we bringing that heat. We are the New York Jets, putting that on repeat. We are the New York Jets. We back up in these streets. Yeah. We are the New York Jets, every other team just ain't a good bet. Flying high in the sky as the clouds pass by. And baby, this is our year, so others don't even try. From the polo ground to the stadium shade and the Meadowlands to MetLife where we played today. Just another Sunday, this is where we begin. Just another Sunday with a score to win. From Namath to Rogers, Martin to Brees, Maynard, Trebek, and that Wilson release. We are the New York Jets, and our team is complete. And our number one defense is just bringing the heat. So come one, come all, and catch us defeat. Come one, come all, you're gonna need to retreat. We are the New York Jets, no other team can compete. And the Dolphin Bills and Pats just take a back seat. We are the New York Jets, we are the team to beat. We are the New York Jets, and we bringing that heat. We are the New York Jets, putting that on repeat. We are the New York Jets, we back up in these streets. We are the New York Jets. We are the team to beat. We are the New York Jets. And we bringing that heat. We are the New York Jets. Putting that on repeat. We are the New York Jets. We back up in the streets. Yo, I'm about to get offensive. Let's go! Aaron Rodgers, Taylor, Travis, Davis, Braylon, Brees, Tyler, Tip, Simpson, Moses, Vera, Tucker, Peace, Conklin, Country, Boa, Rucker, Titus, getting free. Wilson, Williams, Corley, Lazar, Gibson, Dixon, Brownlee. In the heart of the city, standing tall as World Trade. Green and white, what we bleed on the field where we play. Woody pays the cost, so we the boss. And our defense is on fire, like hot sauce. And we number one, like hot sauce. Gangrene started with the sack exchange. Revis Silent Hyman was like Doctor Strange. The Jets defense, yeah, we're ready to fight. Emerald status, bright and green and white. Second, the quarterback is the game we claim. Quinton Williams rushing, bringing fire and pain. It's a family affair with Quincy hitting the backs. Jermaine Johnson's a beast, off the edge with attack. Sauce and DJ, wide out damage control. No receptions in the zone, straight traffic control. CJ Mosley, the captain, leading with Jets pride. Linebacker king, always ready to ride. We are the New York Jets, we are the team to beat. We are the New York Jets, and we bring in the heat. We are the New York Jets, putting that on repeat. We are the New York Jets, we back up in the streets. We are the New York Jets, we are the team to beat. We are the New York Jets, we are bringing the heat. We are the New York Jets, putting that on repeat. We are the New York Jets, we back up in the streets.
What are you doing in here, cutie?
Watching football.
Who do you want to win?